tip number 26. I call this tip the core 7. These are the 7 most important things that I need to be successful in my marketing, and they are essential. If you are not doing these 7 things, you probably have a hole in your marketing and you're not bringing in as many cars or the right customers, the things that you want. So we're going to do a brief introduction in tip 26 today, and then we're going to go through each one separately because there's enough information, enough importance there over the next 7 weeks that will help you understand each thing that you need to be doing and why it's important to you. So let's talk about the core 7. Out of all the things that you could be doing for marketing in your company, there are some that can be really successful. There are some that will be successful for a short period of time and then won't. And then there are even some things that you're going to do that just aren't going to work the way that you want them to work. I always say that there's 7 things you absolutely have to do. And this is something that is difficult to talk about because, you know, if you watch these tips 2 years from now, maybe one of the things that we've talked about here is something that's no longer as important as it is today because it has been changed. When we get to one of the sections, I'll talk a little bit about why it's in here, because it wasn't in here 2 years ago, but it's in here today, and it changes almost routinely. So the most important marketing piece you have for your company is your website. I am blown away about companies that do not have websites. I still see automotive companies that either don't have a site, or they have a site that's terrible, or they have even a good site, but it's not on the first couple of pages. So if your website page is not what it needs to be, that's one thing. If it's not on the front page, that's another. So the first thing and the most important thing for you is to have a good website page that tells the story. Again, we're going to get into that a little deeper in the next tip, which will be tip number 27, a website. Next is search engine optimization. You know, you get a good guy that really knows how to make an interesting web page that's informational, and he doesn't understand how to get it on the front page. I need search engine optimization, or SEO. I need someone either in my company or working for my company that understands how to get us on the first page. And I want to be in a couple of different places on the first page. I want to be in what they used to call the snack pack. I think sometimes we still have that, although that's shifting and changing to the local search section. I want to be in the organic, and I want to be in the 1, 2, or 3 spot, or preferably all of them. And I want to be on pay-per-click, and yes, I still believe that pay-per-click is still important, if for no other reason that it might drive someone else, one of my competitors, off the front page. So having someone that can get my site on the front page and in multiple spots on the front page is very valuable to my company, and it can be the difference between getting 4 or 5 people off of the internet this month and getting 60 to 80 people off of the internet this month. Next, and this is something that was added fairly recently, my number 3 of the core 7 is social media. And I know that there's some arguments about Facebook and whether or not they're honest, or Google and whether or not they're honest, but frankly, customers and potential customers are still looking on Google, and they're looking on Facebook, and they want a relationship with you. And so social media has become very, very important. I don't know, 7, 8 years ago when people were talking social media, I was like, blah, 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 who cares? But in fact, even in my own company, we spend a lot of time and a lot of energy on social media, hence the tips. Because we want to build a relationship, we want shops looking at us, so that when they decide they need consulting, here we are. We're the guys that they think about. So social media is my number 3, and I need good social media. And so it really is important maybe that you see the tip on social media, because we're going to explain some key things about that and go into some very important details about social media and how to do it correctly. Next, and now we're going to talk about some things that I do within my company. I don't need to hire anybody. I don't need an outside service. I may need an outside service for my website or my SEO or my social media. But for the other things that we're going to talk about, this is about what we do within our company. So my number 4 is pre-booking appointments. I know when my customer needs to come in. I know that 4 months from now they're going to hit the right mileage, and I'm the guy that's supposed to be taking care of their car, so I am going to pre-book appointments. Now, in pre-booking appointments, I'm going to get some people that watch this and they go, yeah, it's just you can't do it, the customer won't do it. And yet I have many shops that pre-book appointments. And in my own shop, I pre-booked appointments for 6 years, and I didn't have any problem getting my customer back when their car needed service. So pre-booking appointments is one of the key things. It will be one of the things that you do that levels your car count out and creates consistency of car count. And it is one of the customer retention things that will bring the customers back to us instead of them going somewhere else. Next, I think this is my number 5, having a referral program. Now, a referral program is a formalized program where I ask for referrals in a very specific way, and I reward my customer for giving me the referrals. And there's some secrets here to rewarding customers that will create additional value for your customer and also make them less nervous about telling you their family and friends. And we will certainly be getting into that when we hit the tip on referral programs. Number 6, customer retention management. In a way, you might say some of my social media is customer retention management because my customers get in contact from me on a regular basis. But I also need to be sending emails, probably texts, and maybe even postcards out to my customers saying, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Hey, it's summertime. It's time to get the car in and get a good look at it, make sure it's ready for your vacation, or something of that nature. My customer needs to be reminded that I'm in business and that I'm here to serve them on a regular basis, or they'll forget about me. And customer retention management is what I do in order to continue to remind them that I'm here and bring them back to me. Last but not least, and this in my shop was one of the most important things we did, was community involvement. I need to be involved in my community. The people in my community need to know that I'm here to take care of them, and that I'm a good guy. And the better I get with community involvement, Rotary, Chamber, supporting some of the local teams, participating within the community and becoming known as a successful and competent business person in my own community can be very, very important. Now, there are a lot of other things that you can do for your marketing, and there's some things that I might suggest if you were a client or if you were in one of my marketing classes that other shops are doing that are making them very successful. But all of the shops that I work with do the Core 7, and I believe the Core 7 to be very, very important for your business. And if I had no other money and no other time, I would be spending my time, my money, and my energy here. Stay tuned for the next 7 tips, because in the next 7 tips, we're going to go through each of these a piece at a time and explain them in much more detail so that you could be able to do these in your own business. Thank you for watching us today.
We hope you enjoyed this week's tip. For more information on the concepts we discussed, check out our upcoming classes at www.ifrabe.com/classes, or listen to the Leading Edge podcast at institutesleadingedge.podbean.com, where we discuss business topics just like this one with a panel of industry experts. You can also contact us whenever it's convenient, and we'll set up a free consultation on how the Institute can help you better your business, your life, and the industry as a whole. We'll see you guys next week.